Can we just stop hating on the Stanley? Does it leak? Yeah, it does. And that's with some things in there that make it leak less. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you can get these little toppers, and then right here, I got that helps it leak less. Super inexpensive to get those little kits. Does it still leak though? Watch. Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but not that bad. Okay, so it leaks. Are there tumblers that leak even less? This is that simple modern one. It will only come out the straw. Probably a little better for less leaking. Oh, and should we mention the fact that there's lead? Yes, there's lead, but it's really not what you think. And I will discuss what that's all about near the end of this video. But let's just start with this. Knowing everything I just mentioned, why in the world would I still love the Stanley? Well, it's simple. It solves 5 pain points and it's high quality. But before we even get into the pain points, let's start with a little history. So these launched back in 1913 by William Stanley Jr. He was the brains behind it. It's an all-seal vacuum bottle, and this brand really changed how people carried and kept their drinks fresh, especially when they were out and about in the great outdoors. So was it trendy back then? No, not at all. And we're gonna get into that part in a bit. So the company historically targeted workmen. I mean, did they ever imagine there'd be a pink little thing at the top? No, they were using it for outdoor activities like camping and hiking and working. It was a rugged brand till about 2017, and that's when influencers entered the chat. 2 women who run a popular website called The Buy Guide were promoting the Stanley Quencher. And Stanley reached out to them and said, hey, let's talk. People are loving this. And they told the executives, hey, guess what? You guys are missing a market of people. You're not marketing to women. You need to market to women. So then it gained popularity and a few things happened. Drops were purposely done with scarcity, making it sold out often, especially in popular new colors. Also, influencers began promoting them. And a little insider knowledge, the commission rate for the Stanley tumbler is a lot higher than a lot of other commission rates for products that we can promote. So I also think that led to the popularity. But why are we still shelling out 45 bucks for the latest color? Well, because they make our lives easier. So I bought my first Stanley, actually this one was my first one. I bought it in January 2023, and I discovered it leaked like crazy like within a day. But that wasn't a deal breaker because what it did do was more important. Number 1, it gave me a really large vessel to carry 40 ounces of water with a large straw to sip out of that actually helps me drink more water throughout the day. Number 2, it's easy to take with you on the go, and that's thanks to this handle. As a mom, I'm lugging a bunch of stuff to and from my car pretty much every single time I go. This handle makes that process easier, and 40 ounces of water isn't too heavy with that handle. So I can go from my home to the car to a workout class and everything in between and just quickly grab it. Number 3, it's large, but it still fits perfectly in your cup holder in your car. And number 4, your water stays cold. In fact, the insulation is so good. There was a viral video of a woman whose car burned down, and the only thing that stayed intact was her Stanley, and apparently there was ice still in it. It gave Stanley such a marketing boost that the company reached out to her to buy her a new car. And that leads us into number 5, it's high quality. So sure, there's a ton of knockoffs, but you don't know the quality you're getting. You know what you're getting with a Stanley. I've dropped mine many times. There's a little nick in there, but it's held up great. It's been through the dishwasher. The company's been around since 1913, so you know their levels of R&D are good. And bonus reason I love the Stanley, did you know you can fit a pint of ice cream perfectly if you just take that lid off, and then you can like eat your ice cream out of it? Just a fun way to eat a like late night snack. So now let's talk about the lead. Guess what? There's lead in it. There is, but it's not what you think. It's right here, right there. See that little button? It's sealed within a pellet beneath the stainless steel barrier. The pellet is serving to seal the product's vacuum insulation, and it's not readily accessible unless the stainless steel barrier is removed. Stanley says something like that happening is super infrequent. In fact, a Stanley spokesperson has stated that the lead only becomes exposed if the product is damaged. Again, super rare, and it's not anywhere near where you're actually drinking. So as we wrap up, can I ask you something? Just stop hating on the Stanley. If it's not for you, cool. Find something else to love. If Reese's peanut butter cups suddenly go viral, and I hated Reese's, which I don't, they're my favorite, I'm not gonna go out of my way to tell others that they're stupid for liking Reese's. It seems like a waste of time and really just kind of mean, right? Now, if you are an SNL fan, maybe you saw the spoof they did of it. I actually thought that Stanley skit was really funny and creative, but that's their job to poke fun of pop culture. That's what they're supposed to do. In a year from now, will the trend die down and I won't be as excited about this beautiful tumbler? Maybe. Trends change, people change. That's super normal. But for now, I've been drinking from them for a year and I still love the Stanley. It brings me joy. So does the logo kind of have a status thing to it? I mean, I bought it after being influenced myself. So yeah, a little bit. It's pretty normal to want a brand because that's what's trending and what everyone loves. So I just want to leave by saying I invite and challenge anyone who's been a hater to just focus on something that brings you joy instead. How about this novel idea? Let those of us who love the Stanley keep on enjoying it. Look at that, no leaking. See, it is possible.